What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Well, I am back here at the Italian cemetery here in Colma. This place is just so huge. You know, and you guys said you wanted to see more of this cemetery. Well, I am back here to show you more of this. We're gonna roam the mausoleums, we're gonna roam the gravestones, we're gonna look at the photos and see what other interesting stuff we can find. I'm out here in this better weather today, better than last week, wearing my oh so fashionable Crypt door hat. If you want this piece of awesome fashion, I have a store. It's down in the links below, and let's get on with it and see what we can do up in here. And up on the left here is this beautiful mausoleum, the Porporado family, namely John. John was a San Francisco architect. He had designed several buildings in San Francisco, and he actually designed the first mausoleum that was on this property here, way off in the distance. I've shown that mausoleum before, the old one up in here. I've covered it before, so we're not going to get all extensive into that again. But I just love John's mausoleum. It looks like it's falling apart. There's a little bit, what they call that, rebar showing at the top. Looks like it's starting to fall apart, unfortunately, because he was such an important figure in San Francisco, designing buildings and stuff, architect. The inside looks pretty clean, but yeah, I wish the outside could be maintained. That I'm sure that's up to the family, so that you know, they would have to do this. But John is in the center. Let me go down here, more level here. Him and his wife Mary. John Antoine, August 31st, 1877, July 21st, 1965, and Mary, May 22nd, 1876. So Mary was a little older than John by a year or so. December 23rd, 1960. There you go. Beautiful. And there's other family in here. There's a Francesco, born in Italy, 1908. Looks like he died 1908, I think. There's just different people, but you get a glare on these plexiglass windows, and it's kind of hard to see. And Anna, it looks like she died 1912. Let's see if I can get a rundown of who in the heck is in here exactly. So it looks like in here, John has his parents, Francesco, 1832 to 1908. His mother, Anna, 1835 to 1912. His wife, Maria, 1876 to 1960. John, his son John, Albert John, 1906 to 1945. Anita, another child, 1909 to 1994. Wow. It says siblings, Eugenio, 1867 to 1909. And in his bio on Find a Grave, it says he was an architect who designed the first building on the grounds of this cemetery, Italian cemetery, completed in 1904, and was originally used as a chapel for committal services, and was a receiving vault for temporary entombment of caskets until private mausoleums were constructed. So the main mausoleum off in the distance down there is actually, it was a holding tank, as people have referred to it in the past. It is one of the first indoor mausoleums in Colma and the U.S. Mr. Porparado's other projects included the San Francisco Athletic Club and the SS Peter and Paul's Church in North Beach in San Francisco. So that was some of the other buildings, in addition to the first mausoleum here that John had created. Now, I know I said a minute ago we weren't going to get into the whole mausoleum that John had created, but I thought, what the hell? If we're talking about John, we might as well show his creation here. I don't think we could ever get tired of mausoleums, right, guys? I think we all have established here that we love them. So I'm not going to be all doing a whole long thing on this, but this was John's creation right here, the architect. It said it was originally used as a receiving vault kind of thing, and a chapel for committal services. And I guess they eventually just started using it for a permanent mausoleum. But for like a receiving vault kind of thing, it's pretty large, and it can hold a lot. So that means that tells me that possibly in the time period, was that 1904 that it was created, that maybe a lot of people were building, you know, had died, and they were building a lot of these private mausoleums, because why would they need so many spots and need a receiving vault so big? That's just my guess. why this thing is so big for a receiving vault. But then I also use it for committal services too, like I had stated. So let's get in there and look at it real quick. I mean, it's beautiful. It's very old school, very beautiful. The star of this is the stained glass up in this one. It's gorgeous. Yeah. I've talked about this more extensively in the past. I'm just kind of going over it just because we love mausoleums so much on this channel. But there's another stunning stained glass. And there you go. Not a very big one. It's big, but not really. It's big for a receiving vault type thing, but not for a mausoleum, not very big. And a telltale sign that these are receiving vaults, because I've seen them on past receiving vaults when I have found them in other cemeteries. Well, being that they were considered for temporary storage of a body until someone's grave was built or a mausoleum was built. I remember they were just numbering them. So you were just a number. If you were waiting for one of your private mausoleums to be built out there, they just had you under a number here. And the numbers are actually still on the fronts of these. Because I've found receiving vaults. I found one at Hills of Eternity as well. And I think it had numbers on it too, and not names, because you weren't meant to stay in one. You were just there temporarily. So let's get the heck out of here and get back out there into the sunlight and check out some stuff. Now, wasn't that gorgeous? That's just beautiful. That is a work of art right there. That's old school, very old school, very, I guess, can we say elegant, maybe? But it was beautiful inside there, for sure. This one right here, the Avila family, when I was walking by, I noticed they got a ton of flowers in there. But I think they're all artificial. But look. Let's get down here. Look at that, it's gorgeous. But there's a broom in there, and there's a bag from Big Five Sporting Goods and stuff, but this floor looks like it hasn't been swept in a minute. But yeah. Beautiful, beautiful here. And it's just like it's so like they're so close together, which is amazing. I mean, to have to carry a casket down here and everything, like pallbearers and stuff, it's probably kind of awkward down these little aisleways here. But look at this one. I love these ones that have the little, like, I guess you call them like a curio cabinet in them, and people can put religious statues, you know, inside of them. There's no stairs to get to this, and they're so close together here. You can't walk in there anyway to look at the stone, so that's about as close as I get to the stone. But it says, in loving memory of Rose de India, 1913 to 1938, Mariana, 1877 to February 25th, 1941, and Biogio, January 15th, 1869, and August 14th, 1948. But look at that. I love these stones, and I love the ones with the the curio cabinets in them. And there's the last name. I noticed they either have, in these little cabinets in the fronts of the stones, they either have religious statues or just flowers. I've noticed a ton. And then they have, they're actually fashioned with these little vases out here too. On the fronts of these are beautiful. Very interesting. Garofalo is the last name. Another beautiful old stone. can barely make out the years though, but I see it on top of the topper here. It says Frank, September 21st, 1919 to December 29th, 1996, pretty recent. And Gloria, 1924 to 2006, which are pretty recent. Beautiful. Yeah, let's get out here. I'm seeing some interesting stones out here as well, but there's another area with these mausoleums, these family ones here. What is this? Whew, this is a beautiful one. Down, you know, a lot down this row here, I see a lot of families visiting though, going inside. So there's some newer ones here too. But this is beautiful. I love these ones that are on the ends of the rows too. I mean, there's just rows and rows of these types of graves. It's beautiful. This one right here, the Bocci family, I've already seen some stunning stained glass inside this one. Leopoldo Bocci, founder. That bust right there, very interesting. A founder, huh? Let's try and look him up and see what the deal is on him. So it looks like Leopoldo, he lived from 1870 to 1944. Interesting. They said on that bust in there, he was the founder. And in his bio on Find a Grave, he was a monument builder. In 1904, he founded L. Bocci and Sons in Colma, California, and it is still in business today. His brother, Gaetano, also became a monument builder, though he operated a separate business. So they built monuments. I am willing to bet they probably built a lot of monuments in this cemetery alone. And then I'm sure in the whole area of Colma, he probably, his company probably built a lot of those monuments too. So you look around here, and he might have created almost all of these in here. Who knows? His company. But interesting. Interesting story. He was in the cemetery business, although he built monuments, but still, you never know what you're going to find on these little explorers, you know? It's always an Easter egg hunt. It's always a treasure hunt. You never know what you're going to find. So this place is getting ready to close in a minute, so we're going to go over on the way to the car and look up a few more things here before I get kicked out of here, or maybe, according to my last video, or the other video I did last week or whatever, locked in here. Interesting, huh? So guys, would you like to see more of this place? I mean, it just goes and goes and goes. This place goes and goes and goes for, you know, it seems like an eternity. Here's one with a cubby in it. De Natale is the name. Beautiful stone here. Empty. The cubby is empty. But we'll come back and do more on this one. Like I said, I gotta get to the car before I get locked in here. This one right here, on the way out of here, I'm looking at, because it's right by the Cryptmobile. Not a marking on it, not a name or anything. So this was just placed here probably by the family for their future need. Boy, that was a great one. I had a great time today. It was a nice day. It was cool, but not freezing. Feels good to be in the warm car though. But guys, thank you so much for coming with me on this adventure. We found some cool people, some interesting people. I got to get out of here before I get locked in. Maybe we can come back and just do like, not just mausoleums or a combo. Maybe we can come back and just do a stone reading video or some stone reading videos. Look at all the pictures. I was showing you all the stones today, but I was also showing you mausoleums. So if you want to see like a straight stone reading video, throw it out in the comment box below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and click that bell icon. Therefore, you can be notified of all of my future uploads, guys. Once again, it was a pleasure, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. The vlog is over. What do you guys think? Beautiful place. But we will be back at some point. I said maybe not for a while, but you know what? I might be back next week. Who knows? Peace out.